Yes, job people, this is Michael Shamaya representing. I will say, hear the lion voice, saying it is time for the lions and the lionesses to tell their own story. King David killed Goliath with a stone, we original dread.
The fittest of the fittest shall survive. My people, open your eyes. Wake up. Blessed love, this is Queen Omega representing for all lions and lionesses. With the lion's voice, we come to tell our story. RasTafari, live it. Hey, the lion's voice, RasTafari.
Yes. And failure will force you to use all of these different permutations, all these different types of attempts to succeed. And you won't get that without failure and innovation. What is the challenge? Necessity is the mother of invention. I'm sure you've heard that. And failure does that because you can't get over this obstacle. You invent or you create something that helps you to overcome that obstacle. For I always wanted to be an artist. I always wanted to be an attorney. Always wanted to be a community organizer. Always wanted to be an author. I have a problem. I have wanted too much. So I had to create a platform, the Lion Voice Network, that encapsulates. I had to create a creative ecosystem, architecture, concept, so that I could do all of these things, because I can't do just one thing. I get bored or I just get depressed. Try not to do music, but try to focus on me not feel good. So I found a way to incorporate everything that I'm passionate about and do everything I'm passionate about, and I'm seeing the results.
Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion Voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion Voice. Well, Rastafari repair the damage. Some way we gotta find a way to manage. You ain't gotta change for me. No need to explain to me. Hey yo, things change, things fall apart. Sometimes you gotta live with a broken heart. We survived as slaves, seen days to start. We crossed ocean waves, some were thrown to sharks. We survived that part, survived that ship. Now we got trouble with relationships. She wanna be a bad, some wanna be rich. Nobody want family life, we got trick. Got problems from slavery time, that's not fixed. Still we drop it like it's hard, caught by the matrix. In slavery times, I know I couldn't protect. You must admit, I know you lost a little respect. And I know that I had to fight back. You had to watch my manhood under attack. And if I tried to react, killed a locked in a cage. The same rules still apply in the cyber age. Hey, yo, you ain't gotta change for me. In fact, no need to explain to me. I'm a king, that's why it's plain to see. You're a queen.
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of His chosen Queen, EmpressMenen. My name is Kwasi Bansu, aka the DEJAZMATCH Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Pan-African Happy Man, creative industry attorney. I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an actionist, and right now I am the host of the Lion's Voice. Welcome to the Lion Voice, and welcome to the Lion Voice Network, where the lions are telling our own story. If this is your first time on the platform, I have to say extra welcome. We are growing at a rapid rate. We've almost added over 1,000 subscribers in the last 30 days. So big up all of the new members of the Lion Pride. I know what you're asking if you're new here is who are the Lion Pride? Remember, if you subscribe, you are part of the Lion Pride. And we hit 4,000 subscribers in this past strong, a major milestone on our way to hitting that 5,000 mark, which is a major milestone for any content creator. So I have to just start this episode with the utmost gratitude. And in reflecting about hitting this milestone, I also had to reflect on some failure because we didn't reach another one of our goals, which was the 100 people in Patreon by the Ethiopian New Year. And that gave I the topic of this episode, which is failure and dealing with failure, because I am putting forward that failure is part of every learning process. Failure is not a destination. Failure is just a signpost on the way to your purpose. So you have to encounter some level of failure if you have a purpose, if you're moving in a direction. The only way failure becomes negative if that becomes a destination, meaning you rest in failure, you don't use it to move yourself forward. And a large part of why a lot of people, particularly young men, are not on their purpose is this fear of failure. I think we have an epidemic of anxiety in our society, fear. And nobody wants to talk about it. But I'm going to touch it. Why? Because we are lying around here and we touch the uncomfortable topics. So we're going to talk about failure because I feel that failure is keeping the Rastafari movement, black people in general, back because a lot of young people are afraid to go after their passion, their dreams, their aspirations because they're afraid to fail. I'm here to tell you that failure is a part of it, and I don't mind failing in front of the family. And big up the Watch and Peep Lion Pride. And I'm going to break down all the levels of the Lion Pride a little later on in the show. But the Watch and Peep, you know, you have some of the peeping lions, you know what I mean, where just want to see you fail or they want to see some controversy. They are a part of every healthy ecosystem. And a lot of people make that small part of your ecosystem determine the moves, and you can never let that section. And I big them up because there's no way you're going to do anything in life without having the peeping section. That's part of it. But there's no way you should be letting them limit how you move on the chessboard. We have to move forward, and failure is uncomfortable. It can be embarrassing. It can be all of those things. That's all part of humanity, but it's part of the process. And today's episode, we're going to talk about 5 benefits of failure. We're going to go into 5 benefits of failure. So stay tuned. It's going to be an enlightening episode. We're going to collapse one of the final barriers that I think is keeping our brethren from taking leadership, from rising in their destiny in this Armageddon time, to raise the Rastafari man standard that we talk about on this channel. If you haven't seen any videos about the Rastafari man standard, go into the catalog. And if you're new here, I'm telling you, we have over 800 pieces of content on the platform. Go forward and watch some of our older videos. You know, we need the watch time. So go forward and watch the videos. That's one of the greatest ways as Lion Pride you can support the platform. But before we get into the topic of failure and the benefits of failure and why it's so important to not fear failure, I want to take some time to big up Ras Jabali Siba. I brethren, alumni of the channel. If you haven't seen his episode, check it out. He was arrested and charged with possession and dealing for sacramental ganja. He linked one of the other alumni of the channel, attorney Marcus Goff, who represented them, two members of the RMO, Rastafari Mansion and organization. They went to court recently and the case get dashed out. I will let attorney Marcus Goff, my good colleague, explain it for yourself right here.
Well, the judge agreed with us that
Yes.
Rastafari should not be prosecuted for ganja anymore in this way, and she dismissed the charges against Rastafari for possession and dealing of ganja.
Here we go.
Simple that.
How you feeling, Rastafari?
It's not like how I feel, man. Just feel like how we feel now.
Mighty. So you can see works are gone in Jamaica. It's a tremendous victory. We give thanks to attorney Ras Marcus Goff. Is a brethren that get a lot of flack from the community. I always champion the brethren because I know probably more intimately than most the sacrifice he makes to represent brethren and sistren as an attorney while still doing grassroots community work. He could just leave the community and do his practice with his beautiful wife who's also attorney, but he's choosing to sacrifice the time and work with the community, and I have to salute my brethren, attorney Ras Marcus Goff. Big up Ras Jabali for employing a Rastafari attorney, going to a Rastafari attorney. And this is not the ending. We have a lot more action that's going to be taking place. I'm going to have the brethren them on the platform to reason about what took place. So stay tuned for that. Again, this is the hub. We're the fastest growing Rastafari focus platform. And we are not, just because we are growing in number and subscriptions, and we're not going to, because right now, I'll be very honest and transparent, the artist videos are driving the growth. And I want to big up 5 Star Celestial, who now has the biggest video on the channel. His episode over 4,500 at the last time I looked at the count, largest video on the platform. And the artist videos are driving the platform. So but just because the Lion Talk, you know what I mean, becoming the flagship program, artist thing, people love the artists, and they're subbing for the artists. That's why we're a network. We have multiple channels. I'm not gonna stop highlighting the workers of Rastafari. That's how the item are gonna see the difference with this channel, and that's why the item need to support the channel, because we are always gonna have that grassroots aspect of the platform. This is not just an artist reggae platform. This is Rastafari in the fullness of its glory. Big up Dr. Shelley. We had a beautiful episode with Dr. Shelley highlighting her works. I'm a little bit sad that we only got 70 views so far on that episode, that live that we did Wednesday. Please watch it, because she's doing some powerful work, back to school or forward to school treat with the people of Portland Cottage. Big up Dr. Shelley. You can see a little piece right here.
As you would say, the black family.
Haile. And so you take from your business and you create these packages.
Correct. So whatever contribution I will get, I will use them up wisely. So when you're making this package, you have to add here and there. So I sell crayons and books and all things like that. So I take from my business. I have to buy things that I don't sell. Like I'd have to buy wash rags and wipes and sanitizers and other stuff, you know, to make the packages.
Give thanks. I want to play a couple of videos, and you'll just explain what we are looking at. I want to use my Lion Pride and Patreon. You know, they have gifted I with this platform, and we have some special features where we can utilize. So please pull up the first video, producer. Tell tell us,
Preparation
let's
mode.
watch and tell us
This
what
is
we're
my
looking
lovely mother.
That's my lovely mother. She is the queen of charity.
Preparation mode.
So she normally does a lot of
Working
charitable work.
hard.
Yes.
So I just happen to inherit that from her.
Wow. So you see the book bags, books, notes.
So you will notice in the packages, we have different items.
And
We
have
make
your
them
sister
according to you have
Nzinga. You have
preschool,
all these things prepared
you
packages
have
for
all
the
age, high school and
children
college. We
go
make
to the
them
footage and
accordingly.
Rocky Point tomorrow. These are the bags we received from Sister Manifa. Give thanks.
Beautiful, beautiful. So I wanted to just show, and we have a couple other videos we're gonna look at. But just to show people, give people a visual of the preparation that goes into the work. And this is creed work, hungry, fed, naked, clothed, sick, nourished, aged, protected, and infants cared for. So I want to take these things from the theoretical, and this is why the platform, you notice, I'm not just bringing artists on the platform. I want to highlight our workers, because Rastafari is so much more than just run out on a stage. Even though we love the singers and the players of instruments, they shall be there. But we so much more, and Dr. Shelley, I will always have a place on this platform, even when we're gone in the millions. You give us a call and you need an audience, we are here. Remember me tell you.
Nice to know.
Yes.
Mighty. Have to big up Dr. Shelley. Always the workers and the workers in the vineyard of Rastafari will always have a platform here. I will commit I myself to ensure that they have a platform here. And if you see them on the platform, you want to connect with them, you can reach out to I, AskTheLionsVoice@gmail.com, and send us an email. Tell us who you want to link with. I will try to link the person and make the connection. We are going to help to circulate the Rastafari dollar and help some of the people who are on the back of field get the funding that they need from the global family to scale the work that they're doing, because they're doing the work. So why are we not supporting them? And I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'll have some updates on what that looks like. But Lion Pride, we're going to get action mode. We're in action mode. If you're part of the Lion Pride, it means you're an action person, because you press subscribe. And there are different levels to the Lion Pride. But before I get into the levels of the Lion Pride, let us go into the comment of the strong. Right now, I said that the Kenya massive right now is the #1 demographic on the platform according to the analytics, but I'm not seeing any comments from the Kenya family. And I look today, as a matter of fact, and I saw our first comment from Kenya family. As you can see up on the screen right now, all she put there was a Kenya flag, and that's all I needed. I was so elated, because I don't know if it's bots, I don't know if it's robot AI subscribe. I don't know if I don't see you comment or do some other action. So when I saw the Kenya flag, I said, all right, it's real. So big up all of my Kenya family, all of my Nairobi family. Big up yourself. You don't know, say, this is a home for the item. We are so happy, and even though we have failed thus far to reach our goal of 100 people in the Lion Pride on Patreon, I get joy, because this strong, we hit 4,000 subscribers. This strong, we also got our first comment from Kenya. So these are the little victories that make it all worth it. This is how you can weather these failures and know that you're still moving in the right direction, even though you don't meet your goal. And there should always be signs from the Most High along the journey that you're making progress. I'm not telling people that you fail for 50 years and you just, maybe that's not your thing, because you also have to know when to pivot. So before I get into the 5 benefits of failure, let me just break down the lion pride so the item can understand where I'm coming from. First of all, if you subscribe, you are part of the lion pride. I emphatically, this is the wide. So we have over 4,040 at the time of recording members of the Lion Pride who have clicked that subscribe button. So you took an extra action. You click the button, you are part of the Lion Pride. Because we have people who watch or are not Lion Pride, they're not subscribed, but they watch the platform, because we can see there's a lot more people who watch the platform than those that subscribe. We're at almost 11,000 views for the month. And we only have 4,000 people as subscribers. So that shows you that a lot more people are watching the content than are subscribing. That's no problem. If you click that subscribe button, you are saying, I like what the brethren is dealing with. I like what the channel represents. I am going to rock with this brethren. I'm going to stand with this brethren on the battlefield. So you click the button. That is the Lion Pride. Now, the engine of this machine is the Lion Pride on Patreon. This is when we talk about Rastafari independent, non-aligned media. We are talking about the Rastafari community on Patreon. Because the only way that a platform can truly be independent is by crowd or audience funding. That's the $5, the $10, the $25 from the community. And Patreon is a third-party platform that allows you to support people. That's why they call it Patreon, because it's based off of back in the days in the Asian kingdoms up until the Middle Ages. You know, the arts were funded by the wealthy people, and they would be patrons of a certain creative, and they would fund that creative. You know, Michelangelo, all of them Renaissance people had people who were funding them. It would have been the same in Kemet. It would have been the same in any advanced civilization. People know the benefit of the creative industry in terms of adding value. And so they pay for it. So the same principle, this third-party platform allows people to support content creators and creatives by basically doing a subscription service, something like a Netflix. You know, you pay for Netflix, you get access to all the content on Netflix. Patreon is the same principle. So when you join the Patreon, we have exclusive footage. We just uploaded an exclusive reasoning with Honorable Priest Isaac of the Tiger's Nest on the Patreon. That is only available for the Lion Pride on Patreon. So right now there are only 14 people in creation who can see that reasoning. So that's the Lion Pride on Patreon. So this is what I was hoping. And initially when I started the channel, I said I wanted 1,000 people. Well, from last September, I said I wanted 1,000 people in the Patreon by September 11th, which is this coming Wednesday. And we are at 13. So you can see it's a massive failure. Now, to my credit and to be fair to myself or to myself, I revised that when I saw the date coming, and with their 18 was the max that we've reached. I revised it and said, all right, 100. So you have to be able to be realistic, because it don't make no sense. You're not helping yourself. If I say I want $1 million by Monday, that don't make no sense. Yes, it's a goal. Word, sound, and power. We understand all of that. But it have to be realistic. So given the rate of the growth of the channel, I said, all right, let me humble down myself and put 100 people in the Patreon, and 13. So that's 13%. That's a failing mark. That's failure. So again, if I have to stand in front of the family and fail to show young brethren, young sistren, that you have nothing to fear with failure. Failure is part of the journey. Failure is part of success. There's no purpose. There's no mission worth following that is not going to have failure, or else it wouldn't be a worthy goal. And for I, Rising Rastafari, independent, non-aligned media, creating a Rastafari production studio to create Rastafari-centered content is a worthy goal, and it's going to be a long road because it's never been done on the scale that we're attempting to do it. And that's with all respect to all of the other Rastafari content creators. They don't probably have the same vision as I, although they are doing wonderful. And we are grouping up too, because part of what we're doing with the Lion Voice Network is leading the charge for Rastafari independent non-aligned media, partnering with the Association of Rastafari Creatives, which is an organ I'm proud to have been a founding member of and the convener of. I am proud to work, in tandem to really rise up this, because our liberation is not going to be funded by any outside party, or it's not worthy. Our liberation is going to be funded by I and I self. I say it on the channel all the time. No one is coming to save I and I. When me say, no one is coming to save I and I. If you're looking for Rasta Jesus up in the sky, or Rasta Zeus, or Rasta Superman to swoop down, and that not gonna happen. I've been in the trad over 20 years, and when I go gatherings, the same faces I see. So that simply means we need to come together and invest and save ourselves. So big up all of the Lion Pride and Patreon who see the vision, who are the hard-earned money, and $5 a month. Let's break that down. That's less than a Starbucks coffee once a month. That's not $5 a strong. That's $5 a month. So we have to ask ourselves, if we're serious, if we want Rastafari media content, are we willing to give a $5 or a $10 a month? And big up all of the Rastafari sisters who are supporting with the $10 a month contribution, the brethren them, Freeway Dread, Fight Babylon. May have some staunch brethren. I have to big up LIDJ, you know what I mean, Ramia King Design. We have brethren and sisters in the Patreon. We just had a new Patreon, Mahmoud Diallo. That sound like a brethren from Gambia. I don't know where the I come from, but the I can let her and I know has just joined. So big up yourself, King. I love to see the brethren them come in and support the vision. So the Lion Pride on Patreon, that is the engine. Again, that is the engine that's going to allow us to stay independent. As we grow, our aim is to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the Babylonian New Year. So by January 1st, we want to have 10,000 subscribers. As we grow, in that way, we'll be able to go out and get bigger sponsors. But my business model is not to rely on these large sponsors, because why? These sponsors will write a big check, yes, because you have access to 10,000 plus people. However, when they write that check and you say something where them don't like, them can always stop write the check. And then where are you as a content creator or an independent platform? Or maybe you have a bonfire and something with them do. And you know what I mean? Them don't like that. Or them tell you that if you do that, no check no right. So are you truly independent? And this is what has happened to Babylon Media with the pharmaceutical industry, with the military industrial complex, with all of these major platforms where they cannot talk again, so they're not independent. The only way that a content creator or a platform can stay independent is to be audience funded, crowd funded. So we want to keep the integrity from early. So I'm appealing to the crowd, and we're going to get into with the 5 benefits of failure, what they have showed I and I about this process of trying to build an independent platform, because I've learned a lot on this journey. I am an entertainment creative industry attorney. I've been advising clients to do what I'm doing now, which is build out your ecosystem, your direct to audience, direct to consumer. It sounds I know the theory, and I talked about this in the Marcus Garvey episode, the gap between theory and practice. Now that I'm putting into practice, I'm seeing it's not that easy, brethren. However, consistency beats perfection every day of the strong. You have to be consistent on your purpose, and we'll talk about that some more. So our new goal is 100 people in the Patreon by January 1st. I think we can do it with our rate of growth. 100 people, and I'm not talking to the Lion Pride, the overall 4,040. If I had 4,000, everyone in the Lion Pride joined the Patreon, then we're sustainable overnight. I don't think that's gonna happen, and to be fair, it doesn't. It don't need to happen. I want to start small. I want to start with. I know we have 100 people in the Lion Pride that watch this content faithfully, that are with I know because they comment, they're active. So I talked about the Lion Pride. If you subscribe, you're part of the Lion Pride. If you are part of the Lion Pride on Patreon, you're part of the economic engine of this Lion Pride ecosystem. The other section of the Lion Pride are the Action Lion Pride. The actionists in the Lion Pride are the ones who comment on the videos. They push the like button. They're pushing the algorithm, so they may not have the economic resource, or they may not be ready to jump into the engine, but they are pushing it. They're sharing the content, and I can see how many times it's shared, and the content is being shared. So I want to acknowledge the Action Lion Pride, and they're also a free section of the Patreon. So the Action Lion Pride is also a part, because to join the Patreon you have to take a further action, and it's important because I need to get your email. How I judge the growth of the channel is not just subscribers, because I don't have the YouTube information. YouTube gets that information. I need the email. So if you go to the website, here and you subscribe on the website, and I get your email, or you join the Patreon and I get your email over there, then you are part of the Action Lion Pride. If you comment, you're part of the Action Lion Pride. If you share, you are part of the Action Lion Pride. If you tell a friend, you're part of the Action Lion Pride. I won't know, but you still be an action. This is what is in your heart. But once you do some action, you are part of the Action Lion Pride. Big up the Action Lion Pride. And then, so we have the Lion Pride, we have the Lion Pride on Patreon, and then we have the Action Lion Pride, and then we have the Watch and Peep Lion Pride. The watchers are in that larger Lion Pride. They watch the content. Everyone starts as a watcher, and a watcher is another name that was given to the angels in the book of Enoch for the esoteric man them. And we're gonna do some episodes where we go into the mystical side. I've been thinking, because I'm reading the book of Enoch, studying the Anunnaki, the Sumerian tablets, all of them things that we are going them. I'm writing a fiction book right now, so it involves all of these. So for the research for the fiction book, I've been going into the whole angelic realm. So we're gonna talk about that. But the watchers are the ones who, they start as they watch, you know what I mean? And from there they either transition to Lion Pride on Patreon, or Action Lion Pride, or sometimes they go to the Peeper section. Watch and Peep is, that's why I put them together, because the watchers and the peepers don't comment, they just watch. The peepers though have a different intention. They're coming to see when this thing I go pop down. Who is this brethren? He love running mouth, him long-winded, look at him. You know what I mean? Who him think him is? Them have everything to say. A peeper came on they sometimes they comment too, because they will jump in at the comment and say something feisty. Some every now and then. And we big them up, because as I said earlier, they are a part of every healthy ecosystem. So that is the full of fullness of the lion pride. So again, we're looking to get 100 people in the Lion Pride and Patreon. We revised our goal. I don't want to do another episode on failure. I'm going to give you the 5 benefits, but I don't want to fail again on that part. I'll fail on something else, but please, family, I'm talking to the 100 or so Lion Pride where we know in the Action Lion Pride. Join the Patreon, help us to meet our goal, help us to make this platform sustainable, a mature ecosystem. We're looking at 1,000 people, you know what I mean, to having a sustainable full-time ecosystem, comfortable. We want 1,000 people at the $10 level every year to fund one person full-time in this ecosystem environment. So we're going to start with 100 because you take off small chunks and then you build it. And this methodology that I'm doing is for every creative, and it works for almost every type of business or service. I do consultations, so you can book a consultation on the website with I am big up everyone who's already booked, because some of the items have gone to the website, see the services, love what we do, and have booked consultations. One of the people who have booked a consultation is I Brethren Jr. from I Never Knew TV. He's in fact booked several consultations, and I've been helping him build out his platform and the groundbreaking conference that he has coming up, and I will be one of the speakers on this groundbreaking platform. I'll be on a panel talking about marriage, and this whole concept is called Grounding with Our Brothers and Sisters, and the whole thing is just about healing and the redemption of the black race. May I tell you, the Brethren is doing some powerful work. He's younger than I, and I'm humbled by the Brethren humility. I go to this Brethren to learn about YouTube, and this Brethren come to he's booked legal services from legal consultation. He's done creative consultations with and to that it's so powerful to know that a Brethren that has reached where we want to take this platform, he's there, you know what I mean. I think he's over 600,000 subscribers strong, full time in his passion, and his whole platform is just about uplifting black people. And all of his guests, the range from liberal to conservative, from Pan-African to from Caribbean, African American, UK, you know what I mean? One of the greatest Pan-African platforms I've ever seen. I'm humbled to give my small little feed forward here and there, and again to be featured on this conference. So if you haven't bought a ticket, buy a ticket. This event will sell off. It's in Philadelphia, so if you're in the DMV, you're in the tri-state area, come in. Muta Baruka, Styles P, Nori Muhammad, Sistrin, a lot of Sistrin. It's gonna be, and there'll be special guests. Other ones will be coming in. The networking is gonna be off the chain. And as a person who founded a conference, the Jamaica Music Conference, I can tell the biggest thing about conferences are the networking opportunities that can spawn off to so many things, you know what I mean? So I will be there. I'll have the Haile Selassie's Ethiopia for sale. We'll have a table, a booth. We'll be doing signed copies at the conference. So come forward, get your signed copy. It's gonna be massive. So definitely tune in with I. It's gonna be tremendous. All right. So that's out of the way. Let's get into the 5 benefits of failure. And I'm going to go through these quickly. And if you have any others, because everyone has failed, this is a topic everyone can relate to, because everybody failed at something. But it's how we look at it. In the West, we're taught to fear failure, and that's what I said. A lot of brethren are playing video games. A lot of them are couch surfing. A lot of them are homosexuals. A lot of them are filled with trauma, because they don't want to fail. They're afraid of failure. They're afraid, how are people going to look at I if I fail? And I'm here to say that you have to be a man. You know what I mean? There's no easy answer. You have to be a woman. You have to be able to look failure in the face and know that this is part of the process. Which baby came out of the womb and get up and start run up and down? You show I that baby. There was none. The baby had to crawl first, get its strength, and then pull itself and crawl and start wiggle on the ground like a little worm. And all of them stage there is part of the development. Get up and drop too. You know what I mean? That's failure, but it's, again, I say it. Failure is not a destination. Failure is signposts along the journey to your purpose. And I'm going to work on that, clean up the statement, but I'm onto something there. I feel it. But failure is part of the thing. So, and now, remember, as Moses said, one for all for one, work in this manner, there can be no failure. That is also true. Two things can be true at one time. That means in the collective, there can be no failure. Why? Because what I'm not good at, there'll be somebody else to pick up that slack. Individually, you can't get rid of failure. Collectively, we can eliminate failure as a destination or an option, because there's always someone who is strong in something that you're not strong in. This is why collective security is so important. I'm not strong in financial strength. I'm not a rich ras. I want to be. The only way I can get there is with the collective strength. You know what I mean? The audience, crowdfunding. And we want to banish poverty from Rastafari. Every Ras should be wealthy, because that's what a Ras is. That's what a queen is. When we use these titles, these are royal, these are nobility. EmpressMenen, Haile Selassie, these were business people who own estates and farms and trusts and all of these things. That's where our generation is rising the movement forward to, without apology or shame. And we're going to use that, well, not for go sit down and gloat and look down upon people, but to transform the earth into that Edenic state, to build the earth an alternative to Babylon. That is the mission of I, and His Majesty set the example. How did His Majesty use his wealth? It's very clear. That is the black print that I shall utilize to rise Rastafari. I keep saying on this channel, the golden years, the glory days of Rastafari are not the 70s. They are yet to come. We are treading into them time there. And I also want to remember that September 11th, we'll be having a panel. We're kicking off the new year with our panel on growing up Rastafari. So stay tuned. Make sure you watch that September 11th. And I'm saying that I'm failure, but by Wednesday, 100 people could come in by Wednesday, and I could come on Wednesday and say, listen, I spoke too early. I always leave room for that too, because no one should doubt the power of the Almighty. I don't want to come across like that. I'm just being proactive, and I'm being accountable up front. But no one, because I could put this out and people say, Ras, you should have talked more, and would I say help you? And 100 people in the Lion Pride can just run in, and I meet that 100 people in Patreon by September 11th. That can happen as well. I don't think so, to be honest. However, it can, and I leave room for that. So, that aside, let us go into the 5 benefits. I'm long-winded. They them know that by now. 5 benefits of failure. Number 1, learning and growth. Failure allows you to learn, allows you to grow. When you fail, you realize why you failed. What am I not doing correctly? Why am I not communicating? I know 100 people easy, easy, easy. And if I call 100 people and ask them to join the Patreon, most of them will join just on the strength of that one phone call. I haven't done it. And to be honest, that might be something I need to get over. But the other part is, what am I not doing to make those people compelled to support? Do I need to tighten up the content? You learn, you grow. When I said this, I saw a couple of people coming on the Patreon. You have to review when did they come in. You know what I mean? So this is and that. Within the ecosystem model, that's part of your reduction section, and we'll get into the ecosystem, creative ecosystem model that I'm championing in future episodes. I've done episodes on that in Lion Law. If you can go look at the Lion Law playlist, you can see when I talk about creative ecosystem, the different aspects. But the reduction part of the ecosystem where you're looking to reduce waste, that's when you look back and see what worked, what didn't work. And that is one of the benefits of failure is learning and growth. Number two, benefit of failure is increased resilience. How can you know that you can get through things if you never got through things? That may I ask the item. People who have not been through things, a lot of times they're fragile. If you get victory after victory and you don't know failure, can you deal with failure when it arises? Or will you bawl like a baby, roll up in a corner, you curl up in your bathtub, and nobody can see you for 10 days because you can't take a rejection, you can't take a failure. When you have failed, you build your resistance. It's like your immune system. You say, all right, so that never worked. Let me come again because I know I failed, but I've also succeeded. So that builds the resilience. Number three is increased creativity and innovation. Failure will make you have to think outside of the box, because if you're doing the same thing over and over again, then guess what happens? You get the same results. Doing the same thing and expecting different results, the definition of insanity. So failure, you tried it one way, you saw it in your head this way, you did it, and then it never worked. So you try something else, and failure will force you to use all of these different permutations, all these different types of attempts to succeed. And you won't get that without failure and innovation. What is the challenge? Necessity is the mother of invention. I'm sure you've heard that. And failure does that because you can't get over this obstacle. You invent or you create something that helps you to overcome that obstacle. For I always wanted to be an artist. I always wanted to be an attorney. Always wanted to be a community organizer. Always wanted to be an author. I have a problem. I have wanted too much. So I had to create a platform, the Lion Voice Network, that encapsulates. I had to create a creative ecosystem, architecture, concept, so that I could do all of these things, because I can't do just one thing. I get bored or I just get depressed. Try not to do music, try to focus on me now feel good. So I found a way to incorporate everything that I'm passionate about and do everything I'm passionate about, and I'm seeing the results. It takes me longer. I've put a more barrier in my way, potentially more opportunities to fail in my way. However, it's the only way that I can do it because everyone is different. Your ecosystem is going to look different than Iman ecosystem is going to look different from the Sistren ecosystem. Everyone have a different way that their ecosystem. I've seen people say, "What?" I interviewed Spraga Benz on I Never Knew TV, and check out the Lion Voice on I Never Knew TV. We have interviews on I Never Knew TV, Honorable Priest Man, Spraga Benz, many more. Honorable Priest Fagan. We have many more interviews, and I read the comments and I see a brethren when I do my intro say, "Oh, the brethren takes so long for do him intro, and Spraga the legend. Who is him?" that's part of it. You know what I mean? That's part of it. Is people not gonna like that. You know what I mean? People not gonna like some of the things them where you do. But guess what happened? I had to do that intro because I have to brand myself. I don't want people just see me as an attorney. I don't want people just see I as an artist. I don't want people just see I as an actionist or content creator or an author. So every time you see I now over time, and it takes longer for that branding to soak in. Now when they see I, they see I'm an artist. I'm a this, that, that. It don't sound unusual for the lion pride and the ecosystem that I'm creating. Anybody who taps in here already on. So I can come with a law show, even though it was the lowest rating show. And Lion Law will return. Don't worry yourself. I took a pause on the entertainment law practice to get this ecosystem up and running. It's difficult to do both to handle client matters and to give the item the content. And just to peek behind the curtains, I'm doing constantly interviews. If I don't do another interview for the rest of the year, I can release content up until probably next summer. I have a whole heap of content put on to be processed. That's just how I work. So I want to make sure that we build that forward. But you know what I mean? Innovation, everything that the item seeing I bring forward is a result of innovation and increased creativity because of failure. Because I have to find ways to put forward what I'm doing because every other way not working for I. You know what I mean? So that's one of the benefits. Number 4 is greater self-awareness. You know what I mean? When you fail, you find out what your strength is, what your weakness is. I find I'm not good at sales. You know what I mean? Sales and marketing were weaknesses that I have. I can speak, I can articulate, I can DJ, I can chant, I can analyze. But sales for ask people to join the Patreon is a painful thing for I. I don't like ask people for things. I'm a self-reliant virgin like most of us, which is why most of our businesses don't thrive because every business requires marketing and sales. You see, I making the appeals and hopefully getting better at it, but it's something that most of I and I not comfortable with. I spent 20 years in the Rastafari movement. Anytime that money was asked about, it was on behalf of an elder for a cause. Calling brethren and sistren to raise money for different works within the movement. You know what I mean? I've done that. I don't feel no way to do that. And I still do that, you know what I mean, to help out elders and different situations within I community. But to tell people join Patreon to support passion. A lot of us have problems with that. A lot of us are uncomfortable. So failure helps us to be aware and to know that all right, this is not my strong point, but I gotta find ways, maybe take some courses, study, practice more so I can become better because I know that I can't achieve my purpose or my passion if I don't overcome this. So self-awareness is key. You always hear I say I'm long-winded. Why? Because I want people to not think that I'm just rambling on. I am aware of myself. You know what I mean? I'm working on it. And sometimes I don't work on it because sometimes I want thought. That's why I build my own platform. So that is another part, awareness, that failure provides. All right, number 5 is increase empathy and compassion. I think this is very important. When you fail, it helps you to understand when you see other people trying and you see other people failing. I don't talk about other people. I'm famous for talking good about people behind their back. And all of my brethren and sisters know. They call and say, say such and such, and them are going to hear the good part of that person there. But I encounter. Why? Because I've been through a lot, failed many times doing things, have good intentions, and things don't work out. So we always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and failure does that for you because you realize I'm not omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient king of creation. I'm a servant. And failure will help you to realize your relationship with the Most High. You have some people where those chosen, everything them do it just work. Or most of what them do just work and it just scale and it just mighty. Some of us have to take time and dig into the dirt, and His Majesty put some of us as battlefield, but He's doing that to what? Increase your resilience, your hardiness. You know, the ones that he wants to use a lot or for massive works. He's not gonna make you get the victory so easy because He wants to make sure when He batter you or when He put you on a battlefield and you get battered, you're not gonna just break because you never been there before. No, we've been there. I have whole heap of stories. Some of them have to go in a blockbuster film. I can't even talk some of them because, you know what I mean, it's not even going to sound real. But we live some life here in the DC, Washington DC area. Globally, we've traveled. We've lived some life. We've seen things, experienced things. And, you know what I mean, we've experienced failure on many different levels. And that has given us compassion for our fellow humanity. So those are 5 benefits of failure. Put in the comments what you think failure is. If you have any sounds that you want to share. Action Lion Pride, I'm trying to increase the number. I'm trying to convert watchers to Action Lion Pride members. Be action oriented. Leave a comment. Let us know where you're from. We're trying to normalize the Lion Pride. Checking in where you're from. We're building a global community. We have people in Reunion Island. We got our first comment from Kenya. We have Jamaica. We have USA. We want all of these Lion Pride to link up so that just like I can go anywhere and I'm a Howard graduate and someone are going to say, H-U, you know, I can go anywhere upon the planet and ball out that if it's a sea of black people, someone are going to respond. I want to be able to go anywhere and meet up Lion Pride. And I want the Lion Pride to be able to go anywhere and meet up other members of the Lion Pride, like-minded ones who are here, who are about taking control of the narrative, who are about action, who are about creating the Zion on earth, the building of the alternative to Babylon, because that is the central goal and mission of the Lion Pride, is to create the world that we want to see. I'm tired. I get bored of the petty back and forth. Them thing, the boring to I don't even entertain them thing there. You know what I mean? I want to see some school and some health centers and some, you know what I mean? I want to see RasTafari upon a level, a major level where the world office say, yeah, them people there, you know what I mean, come to bring peace on earth. That is what I stand for. So if you want to be part of the movement, join Lion Pride. Why? Because the time has come for the lions to tell our own story. And this is the Lion's Voice.
Lion voice. When Rastafari repair the damage, some way we gotta find a way to manage. You ain't gotta change for me. No need to explain to me. Hey yo, things change, things fall apart. Sometimes you gotta live with a broken heart. We survived as slaves, seen days to start. We crossed ocean waves, some were thrown to sharks. We survived that part, survived that ship. Now we got trouble with relationships. She wanna be a bad, some wanna be rich. Nobody want family life, we got trick. Got problems from slavery time, that's not fixed. Still we drop it like it's hard, caught by the matrix. In slavery times, I know I couldn't protect. You must admit, I know you lost a little respect. And I know that I had to fight back. You had to watch my manhood under attack, and if I tried to react, killed or locked in a cage. The same rules still apply in the cyber age. Hey, yo, you ain't gotta change for me. In fact, no need to explain to me. I'm a king, that's why it's plain to see. You're a queen, not who you claim to be. Hey, yo, you ain't gotta change for me. In fact, no need to explain to me. I'm a king, that's why it's plain to see. You're a queen, not who you claim to be. She got a back tattoo, her neck tattoo, got a nose ring and a tongue ring too. Got a makeup mask that I can see through. I know what's under the weave and all the hair blue. She got kinky hair, just like mine. First queen of the earth, so I know she divine. Plus she fine, but I watch her decline. Black queen socialize like a concubine. She said tomorrow that the sun will shine. Drown her sorrows in a bottle of wine. Some say these are signs of the times. My elders say these are wonders and signs. She say she need a big behind. I say you don't need a thing. She say I'm on the line. I say you ain't gotta change for me, but we both gotta change for the little babies, yo.